You are listening to All Burgundy and Gold Everything powered by the Urban Sports Scene and Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and 1340 AM. Hopewell, Virginia. I'm your host, Wole, waiting for my co-host, Glen. Man, this has been a busy day in Commander Land, folks. I've gotten some heat on Commander Land for comments about like Sam Howell trying to just basically saying the story isn't over or closed with Sam Howell. But I guess I can talk about that later on. But hey, subscribe to our podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy and Gold Everything. Also, tweet us at ABG underscore everything. Hit us up on IG at ABG underscore everything. And like our All Burgundy and Gold Everything Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Gold Everything YouTube channel as well. All right, fam, it's time for the pregame. Here's what we have on tap. We'll talk about the Commanders not franchising Kam Curl. A lot of people hate that. The team signing tight end Zach Ertz and possible Commanders free agents. All right, let's get right into it. The Commanders did not franchise safety Kam Curl. The franchise tag on a safety is about 17 mil, I believe. Curl went to X and chucked the deuces to folks with the emoji. It looks like he won't be back with the Commanders. All right, so my question to the listeners out there first, was this a smart decision by the Commanders? Well, I'll answer that right now in terms of my opinion. I think it was a smart decision. I love Kam Curl. I think Kam Curl is a phenomenal football player, a phenomenal safety. I would love for him to be here and be in Washington, to be honest with you. I think he would be amazing in Washington with Dan Quinn. But at the end of the day, like safeties, to get that money, you got to be better. You got to create more plays, like special plays. You got to get picks. You got to get force fumbles. Like, he's a solid tackler. He's good in coverage. He's amazing. But in terms of getting that dollar value, like, you still need to produce interceptions. You still need to produce like tackles for losses or sacks or forced fumbles. And if you're not doing that, then how can any front office dude say like, yo, I want Kam Curl? Like, how can you do that? You know what I mean? For 17 mil. You know what I mean? I do think if he played with Dan Quinn, that he would get those numbers. Like, he would get the numbers that the other safeties out there are getting, which would then allow him to get the bag that he wants. But it's hard to say you want to project that with a new coaching staff. It's not like you're dealing with a rookie. You're dealing with a guy who's been in your system, been in your organization for a while, and like, you want him, and it just hasn't he hasn't come up with those big splash plays. So in my opinion, it's a smart move. Like, I don't think it's a bad move. And you're trying to build a team, right? And I know Washington has a lot of money in the cap, and that's what folks would tell. That's folks, that would be the argument to re-sign Kam, right? Is to say like, all right, this team has a lot of money in the cap, but that's not everything. We want this team, this organization, this front office to be an organization where when they're spending their money smartly, right? They're being mature with how they spend their money. And if we compare it to what we saw in years past, this is actually a smart move, right? Like, this team isn't just throwing a bag at a player they have because, well, no, this person's been consistent for them. Like, at the end of the day, you got to still go off what the market dictates, right? And when the market dictates, in my opinion, doesn't dictate that Kam Curl is worth the money. That sounds cutthroat because I like Kam Curl. I want this to be perfectly clear. Like, I want Kam Curl here in DC. Like, I want him to be a Commander. But when you look at it, you have to say to yourself, like, is he worth that money? And I don't think Kam Curl is worth the money. And it's not because of his play on the field in to say that he doesn't make winning plays. I think Kam Curl makes winning plays. But when you're looking at, hey, should I pay this player this amount of money? It has to, for a safety, it's like, just like a cornerback. It's got to be like, yo, how many picks did you have this season? Because you got dudes on other teams that are having like five picks, maybe a pick six, take it to the house type of a pick six. You know what I mean? Kam Curl doesn't have that in his repertoire. You know what I mean? So you can't say like, all right, how many interceptions has Kam Curl had in this span with Washington? You know what I mean? Compared to say another safety, like a Byard, you know what I'm saying, who just got cut by the Eagles. You know what I'm saying? Like, can you really, or Simmons, who got cut by the Broncos? Like, can you say that Cam Fabe, he's comparable to them? Because you can make the argument to say that Cam isn't on their level in terms of the stats. Like, he gets a lot of tackles. Like, we know how valuable Cam is. Like, we know. You know what I'm saying? But the market is always going to dictate what it is, though. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to pay, for instance, you're not going to pay a vicious DN who gets a boatload of pressures the bag over a dude who's getting like 15 sacks. You're just not. You know what I mean? Like, you can get a DN who's always close, who's always creating havoc, but doesn't crack 10 sacks. You're not gonna overpay that over a state. You're not gonna overpay that over a 15-10 sack dude, just like a safety. You're not going, just because your safety plays well and it's always in the right place, making solid plays. You're not gonna pay that safety more than, say, a dude who has like 5 interceptions and who has like a pick six with that, and about 3 forced fumbles. Not going to be the same pay. So when you look at that franchise tag and him not being franchised, it makes sense. It hurts, but it makes sense. So in terms of who I think, like, so, and if whoever's watching this on whatever platform, who do you feel, if you're watching this, who do you feel that can replace Cam? Because for me, I think it could be Quan Martin. I think Quan Martin would be an individual who can definitely fill those shoes and replace Kam Curl like I do. I think he's a guy. I thought he made a bunch of key plays last season, a few key plays after a slow start, right? He was getting, a lot of people weren't happy with his play, but I felt like Quan played pretty well down the stretch, and he was effective. I thought he was very effective down the stretch. I love everything about Quan Martin. I felt like Quan Martin was playing nickel. I think he'd be better at safety. Every once in a while they would play him at safety, but it wasn't like that wasn't his that wasn't the position he played a lot last year with that regime. But I do think that with Dan Quinn, Quan can be an electric player with Dan Quinn. So for me, I would love to see Quan Martin at safety. And you drafted these guys, right? Like, to me, it's a good replacement. He's a guy that you drafted to do this. Like, there's an opportunity for Quan Martin to show out. Like, I was never a fan of Ron Rivera drafting a safety and playing him in nickel, and it made no sense. And then you barely played him. I feel like, in my opinion, Quan Martin should be playing, should have been playing safety, especially once Defoe went down. Like, you should give him that opportunity. Like, give him that opportunity to learn how to play it. To play it at the NFL level, because that was his position. He played safety in college. If you had to switch out him and Kam Curl, like, Kam Curl's smart enough to play Defoe's position at safety, and Quan could have played Cam's position, and I think you would have had a better output at safety position, because I don't think that, in my opinion, I just feel like but Percy Butler was ready for the smoke last season. But I do think Quan could hold his own in that position where Cam is at, if Cam doesn't come back. But I actually kind of think that Cam could come back. I don't think the market is really all that favorable for Cam, to be honest with you. I feel like Cam is better suited, it's better for Cam to stay in Washington than to go. Sorry, I'm trying to tweet out this stuff. It's better suited to stay in Washington than go anywhere else, because I don't think anybody's going to pay him what he's the money he thinks he's going to get paid. You know what I'm saying? I don't think so. Do y'all think so? Do you think that Cam is going to get that money? Because I don't think Cam's getting that money. I think Cam is kind of screwed because you look at some of the like I mentioned Simmons, Byard, all of these dudes have had like have put out better numbers than Cam in terms of like the gotcha, like the money numbers, man. Like let's keep it a buck. The money numbers. Like interception is the money number. And Cam don't got the money number. Like just like when you talk about a DN, the money number is sacks. The money number ain't pressures. You know what I'm saying? That's not the money number. The money number is sacks. And Cam ain't getting that. So, in my opinion, I think like Washington and Cam, it's probably gonna be if I'm Cam and I'm his agent, I'm like, maybe I was a little premature with the deuces. You know what I mean? Maybe I should just like go ahead and talk to Magic, holler at Magic and say, you know what, Magic? I'm sorry about that. I was on one. I was drinking some hen. I'm not in my right place. I wasn't in my right place. I want to come back. Let's go back to the negotiating table. I do think that's the smart move for Cam. Because he's not, look, I'm cute a buck. He ain't getting freaking 16, 17 mil. I know that. Like, he ain't getting that. Like, he may have to do a trust deal, like a 1-year trust deal. If he wants that money. Like, he can get a long-term deal or a back-ended deal or whatnot. But he ain't getting the money he want. Like, it's just for show. But he ain't getting 16 mil. And if you give him 16 mil, I don't know. I don't think Cam, not saying he ain't worth it, because that's mean. Like, I do think Cam is worth it, but the numbers ain't like the splash, the number value ain't worth it. And what I mean by that is like he don't got enough of those safety number like to make that bag. So, like, come on, bro. Like you name it, the safeties you think of. You're thinking those safeties are getting like pick sixes and giving you interceptions, blitzing, getting sacks. Like that's the type of safety you're looking for. And I don't feel like Cam is in that position to kind of give you those kind of numbers. So yeah, I'm gonna say that Cam may not be it for the Commanders in terms of in terms of getting that money. Like they ain't gonna be it for Cam, man. Like, so if I'm Cam, coming back to negotiating table would be like, all right, man, let me get like 13. I think 13 is fair. If Washington's not trying to give him 13, then I feel like, yeah, then he can be blown. But I think 13 is fair. 13 is fair because he's still, in terms of skill, he's one of the better safeties in football. And if I'm Cam and I see Dan Quinn, I'm thinking like, bruh, I can do some work with Dan Quinn. Like, that's the thing. Like, maybe I do a 2-year deal with Quinn with an option. I ball out and I'm getting that bag because Dan Quinn gonna make me look good. That's how if I'm Cam, that's how I'm thinking. Like, yeah, like I want to go elsewhere, but I do want to maximize my ability and my money in my bag. And if I'm Cam, I do a 2-year deal, 1 year. Yeah, 2-year deal. I'm not doing 1 year. Do a 2-year deal. See if I can work that out. Ball out. Because Dan Quinn gonna make me look good. Because we've seen the track record in Dallas, Atlanta, Seattle. I'm gonna look good as a safety. I'm getting this guap. This happening. If I'm Cam, that's what I'm doing. Because I don't think I don't think he'll get his real value by just going on another team. Because they won't use him the right way. So if I'm Cam, I'm getting that. I'm going for mine. If y'all listening right now, if you listen to live, let me know. Like, what's your thoughts about Cam and his situation? Like, is he right? Like, is he right by leaving the table? Hey, what's up, my man Steve? What's up, Steve? What's up, brother? My guy. Do you feel that Cam should feel slighted because the Commanders didn't offer him the franchise tag? Or do you think Cam should like go reassess it and be like, all right, let me play 2 years with you, like 1 year in the option, like 2 years, not 1 year option. Give me 2 years in the option. And then because I'm playing with Dan Quinn, I know what Dan Quinn can do. If I ball out with Dan Quinn, bruh, I'm gonna get the bag. Like, I may not get the bag with you because you may not want to pay me, but now my stock is up. Now I'm able to get. Now I can go to the table to Seattle. Now I can go to the table somewhere else and be like, yeah, I can get the money. Oh, I'm gonna ask you, Taj. What's up, Taj? What's up, homie? Taj, answer this question for me, homie. Do you think it's better suited for if Cam wants the bag? Is it better suited for Cam to do a 2-year deal in Washington, knowing he's playing with Dan Quinn? And then if he plays well, then after 2 years, now his stock is up and he can get that money. Do you think that's better suited for him to try to sign a 2-year deal with Washington, Dan Quinn, knowing Dan Quinn's track record? I want to hear your opinion, Todd. Do you think that would that work for Kam Curl? Because I think so. I think that Cam could do quite well under Dan Quinn. I do think sometimes as players, I think you need to assess your situation and assess the coach that you're playing with. And if he's a coach that can make you look good, he can prop up your value. And to Taj's point, prop up your market. Because now you're being utilized in a whole different way. Because again, it ain't that Cam can't ball. I think we all know that Cam can ball. Cam can ball his ass off. That ain't the thing. The issue with Cam is the numbers, man. It's the numbers. It's the numbers of the splash. It's the splash numbers, and that's what dictates safety money. Interceptions, sacks, fumbles, forced fumbles, pick sixes, you name it. And Cam don't have those. Yes, because the DQ track record speaks for itself. Exactly. So I do think, 2-year deal with him, it worked for him. I think that would be ideal for Dan Quinn. I mean, for my man Kam Curl. It'd be ideal for him. Like, do that, and I guarantee the money gonna be there for you, bro. 2-year deal. Then after that, your market's set. So let's move on to. Well, actually, let me ask you. So, Taj, I'm gonna ask you this question while you're on, man, because you here, you and you too, Steve. You answer it too. Are you cool with like Quan Martin? Would that be a cool replacement for Kam Curl? Oh, Todd, you got another stat. So he balls out with his staff on a 2-year deal, gets his stats up. Yeah, agreed. Gets his stats up, and he will be top 3. I agree. Totally agree. He would be top 3 now if he had. Yep, I agree. That's what I'm saying. Like if he old boy had picks, he'd be a top 3. All right. Here go man, Steve. Maybe it all depends on what Dan and the coaching staff feel if he fits what they wanted, what they want. I do. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. I think Martin can though. I think Martin can to do scheme wise. Yeah, I know. I think Martin can though. I do think Martin can fit what they want to do. I think Martin has it in him. I like Martin. I think Martin made some splash plays. Are y'all down on Quan Martin? Because I feel like he improved towards the end of the season. So I want to put that out there. Are y'all down on Quan Martin? Because I feel like for me, towards the end of the season, Quan Martin showed a lot of promise. I felt that like what he was doing toward like a lot of people were negative, but he didn't let that bother him. He didn't let that deter his play. You know, he showed some work. Remember I said, yeah, needs the picks. I do. I agree, Steve. He does need the picks. Cam needs some picks. Taj said Martin had a good 3-game run, but Martin needs to show me more. Cam has been doing it from day one. I agree. Cam has, but Quan had picks. He has some picks. Cam got to get some picks, bro. Like that's the thing. I agree with you, but Cam has done it longer. But in that safety number, bro. If you want that money, it's interceptions. And I feel like Quan has showed us that he can get some picks. That I will say. He looked good second half for sure. Totally agree. Yeah, I thought he matured. I'm telling you. Like, I need picks. We all need picks. Like, that's what a safety does. Your favorite safeties in the world get interceptions. Troy Polamalu got interceptions. Ed Reed got interceptions. Sean Taylor got interceptions. Your favorite safeties get interceptions and make splash plays. You know what I'm saying? I ain't knocking. Like, I think Cam can be one of those. I do. I think Cam could be special. He just got to get interceptions. Yeah, no doubt. Yes. Yeah, Taj, no doubt. He needs those INTs. They changed the game. Yeah. Like we got folks who watch tape and they look at a Kam Curl on tape and they're like, damn, he amazing. Like he can do this, he can do that. But at the end of the day, we still need to see picks, right? Like we know he gets everywhere. We know he can cover a tight end, bro. I know Kam Curl's value because I remember not last year, but the year before last year, where when Kam Curl was out, and we played the San Francisco 49ers up in San Francisco, bruh, like Kittle, I mean, Little did sorry, Kittles did everything against us, bro. Like he did everything against us. And I was like, why is it so bad? I was like, oh yeah, Kam Curl's out. You know what I mean? So I do know his value. Don't get it twisted. Like I don't want to be out here and act like I don't know Kam Curl's value. Kam Curl got hella value, like hella value, bro. Like it's like, yeah, his stats, we would want him to have more interceptions, more splash plays, but his value of what he prevents as a football player, I think should be commended. Like I won't even hold you on that one. Like it should be commended because he is that guy in terms of like holding down the defense. It's just that we want more splash plays out of him. That's all. I think that's fair. You know, and I think if it was him speaking, I'm sure he'd be like, well, they ain't put me in a position to do that. They didn't ask me to do that. That's why I'm like, bro, just do Dan Quinn for a year, for 2 years. I guarantee you'll get those plays. And then everybody will see what we all see. Like we all know about you. Like you that dude. You know what I mean? Like I feel sorry, y'all. Got a message. I'm trying to like he can definitely do that. Like he's able. I think he's capable. Like he's a special player. Like I hands down, I think Kam Curl is definitely a special player. All right, so let's go into some more news. You know, it has been reported that the Commanders are planning to sign tight end Zach Ertz to a 1-year deal worth about $5 million. NFL free agency signings officially start March 13th. All right, I want to know your thoughts about Zach Ertz, the tight end, coming over here. I'm gonna give you my thoughts. I think it's a great acquisition. I think Zach Ertz is a guy that is 10 times better than Logan Thomas. I'm sorry to folks. I don't even get like the comparison. Logan Thomas, God bless you. Like Logan Thomas was solid. And no knock on him. He was solid. You know what I mean? But I think people forget what a healthy Zach Ertz looks like. Like Zach Ertz used to cripple the Commanders defense, Redskins, Commanders, whatever you want to call it. He used to cripple our defense, man. Like Zach Ertz was one of the best tight ends in football in Philadelphia before he got traded to Arizona. You know, they had Goddard, so they would obviously like they wanted to go a different route because Goddard is a beast too as well. But we forget how good Zach Ertz is, and even when he went to Arizona he played with Kingsbury. When he played with Kingsbury, he was still solid after that trade in Arizona, and he had a great rapport with Kyler Murray. So I think, man, this is a win situation for Washington. You're gonna get he's gonna be the vet in the room. He's gonna teach some of the younger players. I love it, man. You know what I'm saying? Oh, my man. No jokes tonight, my bro. What's up, my dude? What's going on? Man, we want all the jokes, man. Yeah, but I love this. I love the acquisition of Zach Ertz, man. I just think that Zach Ertz is a guy that can definitely get this team going. Like, it's going to be a vet that can get the tight ends playing the right way. You know, you got Rodgers out there. Hopefully, you know, he gets his game right. I think he could be good for Cole Turner. I do. He can be really good for Cole Turner. I think he could be good for a tight end they bring in, even a younger tight end they bring in, because Zach Ertz gets open. It's like we all used to talk about how we talk about Kelsey. We're like, how does Kelsey get open all the time? Well, Zach Ertz is one of them dudes. Like Zach Ertz is that type of dude. You be like, how does Zach Ertz get open? The Bama get open. That's how he get open. He knows how to play the tight end position. You know what I'm saying? So for me, I would love to see. I love the acquisition. Obviously, you're the quarterback with the tight end because he's a good safety valve. A safety valve for whoever quarterback they have is either a rookie quarterback, Sam Howell, whoever, a vet they bring in. Like I think Zach Ertz is the tight end that you want to bring into your team, bring in your room. So I love that. I love the acquisition of Zach Ertz. Folks watching on X, watching on Facebook, watch on YouTube. How you feeling about Zach Ertz? I want to hear from you, man. Because I'm solo. Like my co-hosts aren't even showing up. So it's just me. So I want to know, like, what do y'all think about Zach Ertz? What's your thought process on Zach Ertz? You know what I'm saying? Because I think he is definitely a guy that could be very. He's a guy. Okay, my man Taj got one. Thank you, Taj. Appreciate you. Taj says, love that pickup. Man, me too, bro. I think it's a. I know I saw on Twitter, like, I think people are. This is my thing. Maybe because I'm an older dude. You see the gray in the beard. Yeah, I'm an older dude. I feel like people be like, y'all really be on ageisms, like a mug. Like, y'all really on ageism. Like, just because somebody, and dude ain't even old, like, bro. Like, y'all act like he in his 50s. Like, he not really old. But I feel like y'all really into ageism. Like, oh man, how old is Zach Ertz? He's like 52. Like, nah, bro, he could still play football. Only issue he had was injuries last year for real. So he couldn't get on the football field like he wanted to. But when he's on the field, like, you gotta account for him. Like, he's not like, he's still balls, bro. Like, he can ball. My man, here you go. Todd said Zach is good for a young QB, and for that tight end room, for that tight end room, plus he knows the system. Yeah, he knows the system. And bro, he is an intelligent tight end too, man. Like that too, bro. He's an intelligent tight end. He understands schemes, he knows how to get open. Like, he is a guy that I feel like for this team is much needed. Like, how many years have we complained about the tight end position in Washington? You know, like, even when they signed Logan Thomas, we were like, Logan Thomas, and he, no knock on Logan. Logan was all right. Logan did a decent job, but like, we've been looking for a tight end to replace. Basically, we're looking for a tight end to replace Jordan Reed for a minute, right? Like, we've been looking for the next Jordan Reed. Okay, my man said, all right, just that. Okay, I did see Ertz on the Metro wearing a linen blue fur coat with sand. It was tragic. Hey, yo, chill. Yourself, chill. Here you go, man. You said no jokes. You know what I'm saying? Yo, did we release Fuller? Did that happen? I don't think so. Did we release Fuller? I ain't see no update. Did we release somebody? Yeah, somebody hit me up and say somebody. My man Chris saying he asking we released Fuller. I hope we didn't. Chris said, I like the Zach Ertz signing. Yeah, bro, I like it too. I think Zach Ertz is. I think he a baller. I think Zach Ertz is a baller. I'm cool with the Zach Ertz signing. Like, I think Zach Ertz is definitely a guy that can help this team, man. Hey, yeah, man, Gearsell, you stop it too. Stop that. I'm sorry, man. Stop it. Like, I feel like, and you need certain vets to help the squad go into a different culture. Like, Zach Ertz been to the bowl. I mean, he's been to the bowl. He's playing the big game, right? He's a guy that has so much ability. We've seen him, and he's been successful in this league. Like, we need watching these players like that in the building, right? Because you saw what happened with, like, Eric Bieniemy or whatever. Like, they're not used to, the players complain about being around a championship coach. So, like, we need winners in the building. I think we have too many losers in the building. No disrespect to y'all, but it's the truth. We got a bunch of losers in the building. I ain't saying you're losers, but you haven't won in the league like that. So, Washington, we need more winners in the building. Like, y'all won in college, like Terry, Alabama brothers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all, Ohio's all like the Ohio State dudes we got. Y'all won in college. We need to win in Washington. And like, these players haven't learned anything. They haven't learned winning in the NFL. So we need to bring dudes in the room who can teach these guys how to win football games. Here, Todd said, that also tells me they drafted a tight end in the later rounds. Yeah, I think so too. I don't think you have to get one early. I know a lot of people are talking about the kid from Texas. I think he's amazing, but I think this signing shows that they probably won't go that route. Probably go second round, more offensive lineman. I said, who would you like to sign for free? Let's go. Hey, my man, Chris, we're going right to our next topic. That's what I'm talking about, Chris. My man, Chris is, Chris, are you on the show? That's what I'm talking about. That's the next topic, actually. Gearsell says, I still think they are going to draft a tight end too. Your thoughts? I do. I think it's like Todd said, I think they're going to draft a tight end probably in later rounds, but it won't be early. I don't think it'll be in the second round. Like the kid from Texas, I don't think they're getting him in the second round. Like I said, I think it'll be a tackle. 2 tackles in the second round. That's just my opinion. I think they'll get 2 tackles in the second round. But and they got, I mean, I like Cole Turner. I like Cole Turner. I do. I think EB didn't want to use him correctly. So I like Cole Turner. So I'm keeping it a buck. I think Cole Turner can really, I think he can ball. So that's me though. All right, let's go right to it. Let's go into the free agency though. So there are a lot of, real good players being released and Washington has a bunch of money to spend. We got a lot of money. We got like a lot of money. So do you see the? So I'm saying, I'm asking y'all, do you see them being big spenders during free agency? Or what do you think their approach will be? So this is my thought process. Their approach. I kind of look when I'm looking at it so far right now. I don't think they're going to be big spenders. See, all right. Hey, Giselle, did you like Jordan? Did you like Jordan Reed? Because I can make the argument that Jordan Reed was kind of soft, but he was amazing. I just care about skill. Because Jordan Reed was a beast. But I don't think Jordan Reed was the toughest individual out there. That's all I'm saying. Like, I ain't calling him soft, but I'm like, he wasn't the toughest. Like, he wasn't blocking good. Like, Jordan Reed couldn't block. But he can get open. So all I care about is getting over and catching the ball. And I think Cole Turner could do that. But in turn, I'm gonna go back to my man Chris. Like, what do we think we're going to target? I actually wouldn't mind signing Smith out of Dallas, the tackle. Like, I wouldn't mind. Like, that's the kind of guy I circle. I like Smith out of Dallas. I like him. I would play. Because they need a tackle. I would have no issue getting him as a vet and being their left tackle. That's me though. But he always gets hurt, so I understand not wanting him. But I'm always I'm an individual who don't like banking on people getting hurt. Like, I'm always like, that's so getting injured is so fluke to me. But yeah, if it had to be, I know it's Dallas. I would get him the kid out of Dallas though. I would get the kid. I mean, I would get him out of Dallas. I know he's older now, but he's a guy I would get. Who would y'all get in free agency? Jordan was soft, but was a baller when he was healthy. I agree. See, we agree. He wanted some games by himself, basically. Yeah, he did, bro. He did. Chris said, I think offense from the draft and defense from free agency. Okay. So, all right. So this is what I would say. Defense. But a lot of these players got franchise. That's the problem. A lot of these good players got franchise, Chris, on the defense side of the ball. But that's what I was saying earlier. I don't know if you was listening, Chris, that like I want to bring Kam Curl back. But I will say this though, on the defensive side of football, like I saw Simmons from Denver being released, and I'm like, yo, like he's a baller though. He's a baller. And if Kam Curl don't want to be back here, I get him. Like if he playing that game, I get Simmons out of Denver. And I think he'd be great with Dan Quinn. Not good. I think he would be great with Dan Quinn. I think Simmons would be amazing with Dan Quinn. I think also, I'm trying to think of some defensive ends out there free agency that I would want. I know I think the Panthers franchise Burns, so I don't think I would want Burns. You like Forrest a lot. I like Forrest, but I think all right, Chris, I like Forrest, but I think Defoe took a step back before he got hurt. Like he was getting beat a lot last year when he got hurt. But just like I'm gonna be fair. Like I mentioned, with Kam Curl, I do think that with Dan Quinn, Defoe could be a lot better. I agree. I just think that Dan Quinn can get some of these players that we like can kind of improve. I think he can improve them. Everyone is franchised. I know, bro. Thanks, Taj. Everybody getting franchised. Like all the good defensive players are getting franchised. It's killing me. People aren't letting good pass rushers go. I know. That's what I'm saying. Like the pass rushers that I want aren't going. And I'm not like everybody. I'm not high on our Ricky from Clemson, like from last year. I'm not like real high on him like everybody else is. You like St. Juice too? Yeah. See, St. Juice bothers me. I'm not gonna lie to you, Chris. He bothers me because he holds a lot and grabs. Like he loves the pass interference way too much. And I do think all right. So to your point, Chris, he does fit like that Seattle style of corner that Dan Quinn to coach up. So yeah, I would say that I would agree with that he could probably improve St. Juice. St. Juice bothers me with the pass interferences. Like it's like they're like meaningless pass interferences. Like there's no need for his pass interferences. Sometimes you're there, bro. What are you doing? Like you're there. There's no need to even grab. There's no need to even overreact. But maybe he'll probably make him better. But all right, so I'm giving you guys some of mine. So what are some of yours? What are some of your free agents that you want to see him get? I mean, I wanted on the offensive side of the ball, like I kind of wanted T. Higgins, but they franchised him. I did. I wanted T Higgins. They franchised him. I know a lot of people are talking about Saquon Barkley. Um, and I love Saquon, but I'm a big believer in Brian Robinson Jr. So I don't want to get any running back, to be honest with you. Say any physical run, any like bell cow running back. Todd said St. Juice doesn't trust his technique, thus reaches out and grabs. I know. Or he doesn't trust himself. I'll say that much. St. Juice don't trust him. He don't trust himself. I like Adams too, but everybody be hating on Adams. I think Adams plays with the amount of force and that I like. I like dogs, and I think he played like a mean man child, man. I like Simmons. I like Simmons a lot though. Okay. She like this right. Honestly, I want one of these running backs. You want Jacob? I mean, Jacobs is beast. He's a beast. I like Jacobs a lot. I like Jacobs. I like Brian Robinson Jr. Man. I think you can get a lot out of him. He just wasn't. I know I like EB. And I know I mean I'm like the whatever, but I like EB. But that's one thing I just didn't like about EB. I don't like the way he treated Brian Robinson Jr. Like that dude should have been featured thoroughly, and that to me was the downfall of EB for real. Like if you didn't feature that dude, then there's obviously something wrong with you. I'm gonna keep it a buck. Yeah, I was trying to root for him, but that I didn't like. I'm gonna hold you. Chris says Curl is a casualty. Yeah, man, he is. Like we said this earlier, Chris. I don't know if you heard, but I was like, man, like if I'm Curl, I'll sign a 2-year deal with Washington, and Dan, I know that Dan Quill's gonna make me look good, and then now my money go up. You know what I'm saying? Like I think he's smart. If I mean he's smart, but I think that's a smart move for him to sign a 2-year deal, ball out. Then your market is increased because Dan Quinn is putting you in positions to get that bag. The running backs the running back from the Chargers is tough, but he's going to cost too much to split carries with B Rob. I don't like him. I don't like Eckler like that. I'm telling you. Like I watch him play. I don't. He's a screen dude. Like I don't look at and he gets junk touchdowns, bro. Like I ain't a big Eckler fan. I'm not gonna lie to you. Saquon is amazing though. If you talking Saquon, I'll do Saquon. I'll get Saquon in a second. Saquon is special. I'll say that much. Saquon is special. But yeah, I don't like. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you, Taj. I don't like that individual. Um, yeah, I don't like Eckler. I don't. I'm not the big Eckler fan. I just feel like the Chargers give him those 1 yard touchdowns. He's awesome in fantasy football though. I feel like he's a guarantee in fantasy football. In fantasy football, he's amazing. I won't even hold you. I mean, I'm sure you agree with me. I'm sure, Todd, you play fantasy football. I know Eckler's probably giving you. If you had him, he's probably giving you buku points for real. I won't even lie to you. Oh, I think my co-host is here. Hold on. I've been holding this down. Like, luckily, I was about to end this show too. Oh, so hold on. Let's see. Running back, Taj. What you have? Let's see. You said so with the draft being deep at wide receiver, quarterbacks, and offensive tackles. Which group will you drop? Will drop? Which group will drop and get quality in that second third? I kind of think it'll be. I think you can get a good. I think you can get a good offensive tackle. I think somebody's going to drop. I think because like somebody like my guy, I'm a Michigan fan, so like JJ. I think JJ's gonna mess everything up. You know what I'm saying? I think JJ's gonna he's gonna mess up everything and somebody's gonna drop. So I think a tackle is gonna be in the late round. A good tackle is gonna fall to Washington, like a good one. I'm hoping the guy from Oklahoma. I'm hoping Guyton from Oklahoma. Uh, let's see. So yes, sir. Starts fantasy league this year. I knew it. You said I really feel linebacker needs to be. Yeah, I agree. I think that's gonna be addressed. Hmm. I think that'll be interesting free agency. Christopher, I do. Let me add our co-host. What's up, Glenn?
Yo, what's up, man? My bad, bro. The sleep monster got me.
No problem. No problem. Yeah, we're talking right now. We're talking about free agents. We in the free agent mode right now. So I'll ask you the question, and you can jump on in it. Hey, Taj, them have already kind of chimed in, but for you, what do you think to be Washington's? First off, do you think Washington's going to be a big spender this free agent period, and
Of
also,
course.
what do you think is going to be their approach, their action, like how they're going to tackle it?
Oh, dog, I think they're gonna have a big they got $90 million to spend, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I think with Adam Peters, with Dan Quinn, and with those guys, the coaching staff, they're looking to win. I know everybody talks about it's a process, it's a rebuilding year, or they trying to rebuild. But with $90 million, you can get a lot of good quality players that can turn your team around quickly, real quick. So I think this team, a lot of guys said it. You need a linebacker. You need to fill the offensive line as much as you can with veterans, if you can get it in free agency before you even get to the draft. Because when you get to the draft, you got to have to develop players and train young players. Now you need depth for the future, but you can do that. But if you can get some guys from free agency that can help you improve you now, that can mix with Sam Cosme, because everybody else's offensive line was trash. So let's put it what it is.
Gone, though. Everybody's gone.
Yeah, everybody's gone. So with Sam, so I think that's what you need to spend at. You need to spend with your offensive line. I think you got enough on defense that you can manage right now, but you need to be able to get the core. You need to be able to get the offensive line, especially if you're going to draft a young quarterback, right? Especially if you're going to draft a young quarterback. You want to be able to keep him upright, so you need to take care of the offensive line as much as possible. You did shore up the tight end position with Zach Ertz. I think that's a good move by them, but the offensive line is definitely going to get shored up. And the two needs, offensive line and linebacker, if you need to spend the money.
So so Chris put out who's available at linebackers. So you got Devin. I think Devin White's out there on the market from Tampa. I like Devin White. You got Jordan Brooks who played Seattle. Still is a free agent. That I like. Bobby Wagner's out there. That's a vet, but I don't know if
you stole my one, dog. Look, I know Bobby Wagner is a vet, and I know people say he's up in age. But I still think he can teach a young guy like Jamin Davis, who you still have. Depends how to play this game, right? And so I think that is key. When you have an opportunity to bring a veteran in, like a Bobby Wagner, you do that. Another one, I think Patrick Queen is out there from Baltimore. So he's
Did he get franchised? Did he get franchised?
I don't think he got franchised.
Okay. So he's out there franchise. I just want to show he's franchised. Folks, if you tune in, if y'all know he got franchised or not, I'm not sure.
Let me know if he got franchised. I'm not 100% sure if he got franchised or not, but you got Queen's out there, so that's another good one that's be able to help this team out. He's not that far away.
He was a franchise.
He was franchised, so yeah.
So he wasn't franchised. He's a free agent.
So I mean,
that's the one I would target. That's the one I would target. I would target. Yeah, that's a franchise.
Yeah, that's the one I would target. He's right down the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, thanks, Todd. Yeah, I would definitely. Yeah, Patrick Queen would be my number one.
Yeah,
he would be my number one. I like Devin White too. Those would be my picks. If I had to go with two guys, I want to be Devin White and Patrick Queen. Those are definitely the guys I would target.
I would target. Yeah, those.
Because they're younger. They're young enough. They're young. They're both young, and they both had success already in this league. I would definitely target those individuals. But to your point, though, yeah, I've always been a fan of bringing in what you just said of bringing in Wagner. I've always been a fan of that. I think that'd be good for. Like, I agree. It would totally be good for Jamin Davis. But yeah, I'm cool with that though. Like, you tackle, I'm all for finally bringing good, fast moving. I'm about bringing fast moving linebackers. That's what I'm about. I want speed. I want dudes who fly to the football. And I think Washington for a while, and who can tackle. And Washington for a while have been neglecting that. Like, Coach Rivera has neglected that. It's either they don't have speed, but they can tackle, or it's either they have speed and can't tackle. That's what you got with Cody Barton. So, like, you can have all the speed in the world, but you still got to tackle. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to be a thumper. You got to be an intimidator. And I just feel like this has to what Christopher says, this has to be addressed. I agree with him. Todd says, but the O-line market is tainted, agree, older, and often injured guys, although they have a name to them. Yeah, so I like Smith, Tyron Smith. I like Tyron Smith, but he's old. He's older. I don't like using old because I'm 42, and me calling somebody old makes me annoyed. So he's older, but he does get hurt a lot. But like I said earlier, Taj, I don't like banking on injuries. I'm against that. Like, that's not my way of thinking. But I know. But if you're a GM or an exec or owner, that's the way you have to think. So I get that.
I mean, I think the free agent lineman I like is Mekhi Becton. Very athletic, old lineman. I think I'm kind of biased because I saw him play in high school. Saw him play at UVA as well. I just didn't think he got a good opportunity with the Jets.
He was. I like
play with the Jets.
He's
So I like the Jets, but I think
what was he drafted? What was he drafted? What was he drafted? He was the first rounder or something?
He was the first rounder. I think Mekhi Becton was the first rounder.
Yeah,
first rounder. He's still a young enough guy that can come back and impact with the right coaching staff. To me, that would be an offensive lineman that I would go at. I think he's young enough.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, I saw him play in high school. Very athletic, good kid, good family, and I think he come in and again from the Richmond area, not too away from far DC. So I think he could do something if he would be able to be picked up, or Washington could be able to bring him in. I think it could be a good fit.
I know everyone's talking about Patriots tackle Michael. He's Nigerian. Onwenu. I know Nigerians. I know a name when I see him. Yeah, so I know a lot of people are interested in him. I'm always real iffy with Patriots players because I don't know if they're coached up and are they going to be the same elsewhere. I'm always interested. Like Patriots players always. I don't know if you're going to be the same in Washington. They'll be the same somewhere else than when you are in New England. They're always kind of.
Yeah, but I mean that's a good point. Though, what Patriots players have gone somewhere else that you keep hearing besides a receiver that you talk about?
Even a receiver is like, unless they're a slot receiver, they don't do the same.
They don't do the same.
With you, I wouldn't exclude him. I think he's talking about. I wouldn't exclude him. Just wouldn't break the bank for him. I think that's what Todd is talking about. Your tackle line. Yeah, back then.
Yeah. I wouldn't break the bank for him either. I'll make him prove or earn his contract. If I was giving Mekhi a contract now, it'll really be incentive laced. You know what I'm saying? Decent amount of money. He would have to stay healthy. He didn't stay too healthy with the Jets. I think his contract, if I was giving him a contract, Taj, would be that it would be very incentive based for Mekhi Becton. Not too much guaranteed money. But hey, I need you to perform in order to get paid.
Yeah. So I didn't get your thoughts, Glen, before we go. We can still stick with this, but I do want to get your thoughts on the signing of Zach Ertz. What's your thoughts on Zach Ertz?
I thought it was a good signing. I think Brian Johnson, I believe.
Brian Johnson. No, it's Kingsbury. They played Arizona.
It's Kingsbury. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Play Arizona. That's right. Arizona, Kingsbury. I think Ertz was good. I mean, he's been a Washington killer.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like,
right. Every time he played against Washington, he was killing them. I think he's still young enough to get the job done. I think he's if he can stay healthy, he's still competitive enough.
Yep.
Competitive enough. And then if you bring somebody else underneath him again, another veteran enough who's been in the league who can teach another young guy, right, how to stay successful in this league, how to get his job done. I think Zach Ertz, a 1 year deal, you can't hurt it. I mean, with the weapons they already have on offense, right? I think he's better than Logan Thomas.
Way better. I'm sorry.
Right?
Way better than Logan. I feel like we need to emphasize that for fans. Right. He's way better than Logan Thomas. And it's not a knock on Logan Thomas when I say that.
No, it's not a knock at all.
It's just he's way better than Logan Thomas.
Yeah, he a little bit, to me, I think his football IQ is a little bit better. I think he know how to get open. And then when you add Jahan Dodson, you have Terry McLaurin, Zach Ertz. Now you have a receiver, a tight end that can really stretch the field. I think of like San Francisco stuff, George Kittle type deal.
Yeah,
that can get there. And then if we notice too, Zach Ertz doesn't drop the football.
That's what I'm saying.
Be honest.
He's very reliable, man.
He's very reliable hand. So when he gets the ball is close to his hands, he's going to catch the football. So.
Yeah, I think, and I won't be redundant. I just think that it's a come up. You know what I'm saying? Like at the end of the day, like we can look at age. I feel like people get real fascinated with age. My thing is if you produce, I don't care about your age. That doesn't do nothing for me. If you're still producing at a high level, then your age means like Bobby Wagner is still producing at his age. That's why I would still have Bobby Wagner. Like you look like. Yeah, he's been hurt, so injuries has played a part in his career, but he still put up numbers when he gets to play a full season. Like in 10 games in 2022, he had 400 yards in 10 games. In 2023, he played 7 games, so he really wasn't as productive. But the last time he had like a full year of actual football was 2021, and full enough, right? He had 766 yards. So he's productive when he plays football. Like it's not, and most if you look at his career, he averages about say, looking at it, he's like probably at 700 yards on average alone in his career. So he's a productive tight end. He's a very productive tight end. Like to Glenn, to your point, Glenn, he catches everything, right?
Yeah, he catches everything.
Like to your point, Glenn, he catches everything. So
yeah, he definitely catches everything, man. He catches a lot, man. And again, he played at a high level. With those Philadelphia teams with Zach Ertz, he was not just on the bench. He was very productive. He was very productive. And I was going to comment on that T Black as well. It is so many holes.
Yeah. Go ahead, T Black. You're right.
It's so many holes. It is a lot of holes, right? The team can do what it can do in free agency.
He said wide receivers should be addressed, not just that. I kind of agree to him. I'm gonna tell you why I agree with him though. But I want you to go. I do kind of agree with him.
I think you have the wide receivers that you need, unless you're gonna get the down the field type wide receiver, right? Maybe down the field who can stretch the field. Terry McLaurin can, but unless you get that type of receiver, big possession type receiver, I think the wide receivers are good. I think a lot of the issues wide receiver that Washington had last year wasn't one. It was that Sam didn't have the time to throw the ball, right? Mm-hmm. Two, the trust for Jahan left. The sophomore slump was real, right? Mm-hmm. Sophomore slump was real. Terry wasn't able to get open the way he needed to, and you had no other threat that was there. And we talked about again, mentioned the tight end. You didn't really trust Logan Thomas, and when Logan Thomas was open, he dropped the ball. The other thing was, if you look at a lot of Sam passes, it was because they're out of the backfield, right? That's why you had Brian Robinson, who was able to catch the ball out of the backfield on screens and things of that nature. He was able to break to the house. Antonio Gibson receptions increased last year because of Sam's inability to look downfield or be able to stay the offensive line's inability to keep him upright to go deep. The times that he did have chances to go deep, he hit Dehami a couple of times on some deep passes, right? Look how many Dehami, and I hate to say it, I know Dehami he dropped a couple too. That was deep balls that were touchdowns. So again, I think receiver. I think you can get away with the receivers that you have and still be a successful football team. And I'm not saying it because I'm a homer. Saying that if the right quarterback come in there, the receivers are good enough to be able to possess. Now you want some guys to go behind them, some depth, especially if you're not going to sign a Curtis Samuel. And if he walks, if he goes, you need somebody else to fill that spot.
All right, the only reason why so Todd, this is why I agree. I mean, Todd, T Black's why I kind of agree with you is that because I agree with everything you said, Glenn, but also they have the same type of receiver in terms of size and build. Like they need a taller receiver. So I feel like to what Todd just saying, like I agree with. I mean, to T Black saying I agree with him because I feel like you need height. So somebody who you don't have to. Oh, it's me, Taj. I thought it was Taj. Dude, so stop switching over. You scaring me, bro. I thought it was you, bro. All right, so Taj, Taj. I know I was tripping. So you on X and freaking YouTube. Anyway, yeah. So I do think that they need depth in wide. I mean, they need a receiver, a different receiver. They need a guy that you don't have to throw a perfect pass to. Like the problem with any quarter, like if you especially you're going to bring in a young quarterback, when you're a smaller person, a smaller receiver, you're going to have to throw. And God bless Terry because he goes up and tries to grab. He plays big. But you need a guy. Sometimes you do need that 6'3" dude. You know what I'm saying? Who can help, who make life easy for you. Where you don't have to be precise. They can go up and snag it. You know what I mean? And I feel like that is what receiver they need. You know what I'm saying? That's why when I talk about Marvin, that's the real talk. When I talk about Marvin Harrison, that's what for this team I feel like would be perfect for this team because they need a guy that can snag like a high pass the top. Like we saw how many times we saw. Sam has some passes high, right?
Mm-hmm.
How if you 6'4", it ain't as high. It's high. It's higher for a 6 foot receiver. It ain't that high for a 6'4" receiver. I'll tell you that much. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just saying,
there's only one guy out there.
I'm not mentioning
there's one guy out there.
Where free agency?
He's up the road. Oh yeah, free agency. There's one guy up there. He's in Baltimore.
That's a 6.
Yeah, Odell Beckham's out there.
Oh man, he too hurt. But he ain't even tall though. He ain't tall.
Yeah, but
he ain't tall.
Yeah,
I'm talking about tall,
you
man.
look at the
I'm
free
talking
agency
about
market.
tall. Yeah, I
There's
get what
nobody
you're
in
saying,
that
but I
free
need tall.
agency market.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I need tall. Like this, Washington needs a tall. Like they don't need Smurfs. No disrespect to anybody out there who's short. They don't need Smurfs. They don't need Smurfs. All right. They need they need a tall receiver who can go ahead, who's different from Terry and different from Jahan. I think that would be better for them. You know what I'm saying? And I like to look, man. You know I like De'Ami, but he's probably gonna get cut. I get a buck. De'Ami's probably gonna get cut. And he's that preseason cut type dude. I ain't gonna lie to you. I feel like that's gonna be De'Ami's future. And I like De'Ami. But at the same time, like they need a dude who can get the jump ball. You know what I'm saying? So my man Todd said, I like the receiver from Buffalo, Gabe. You like Gabe? Is that Gabe Wilson? That's Gabe Wilson, right?
Yeah,
no, Gabe Davis.
Yeah,
Sorry, Gabe Davis.
Yeah.
Gabe Davis.
Gabe Davis.
That's what he said.
Yeah,
Davis. I like Gabe Davis. But I ain't sure he's gonna be good outside of both Buffalo. I don't know if that's the quarterback that makes him look decent. I don't know, but I do. He do put up numbers though. I ain't gonna hold you.
He puts up numbers, and you got Calvin Ridley out there as well. And
I like
Calvin Ridley.
Again, I like Calvin Ridley a lot. I think he's like that. But again, I'm just saying like Washington needs somebody different. Like they need a different. They need a taller receiver. Like I feel like.
Tyler Boyd, I don't know his height. He's out there. So again,
Boyd's a slot receiver. He's a slot. He's
slot.
He's bigger. He's bigger, but he's not that dude. He's like a slot. He's a route runner. No. He's a route runner. He's a legit route runner.
There's nobody in the free agent market. They're gonna have to trade or pick one in the draft.
I can see him drafting one. I can see him drafting a tall receiver though. A physical tall receiver. Mike Evans got signed. I know it would be Mike Evans has been perfect.
Oh, we got knew Mike Evans was going to get signed. Though.
I know he would have been perfect. See, Todd. I know, Todd. I was hoping. I ain't gonna lie. Down on the real, I was hoping that Mike. I was hoping they was going to do that type thing because I would have snatched Mike Williams.
Yo, not with Baker Mayfield. That's Baker Mayfield's boy.
That don't matter. That don't matter. They were talking. He been talking greasy. Mike Evans been talking real greasy during the season about he ain't sure he gonna be back. I was hoping they was gonna make that mistake. I was hoping.
Yo, they couldn't get rid of that dude. He is their productivity, right? He is him.
He's always 1,000 yards.
Right.
He is
him down
always 1,000 yards.
He is him and down in Tampa Bay, right? I don't care what he said. He is him in Tampa Bay, and they needed to sign him.
He him definitely.
They needed to sign him and make sure that was done. I didn't even think he was an option to leave. I know all the talk they were saying.
It was some talk. It definitely was some talk. I ain't gonna hold you. T. Higgins, guys. I wanted T. Higgins. But then the Bengals franchise. But I heard the Bengals franchise may be phony. I want T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins would be perfect in Washington. Like T. Higgins, because he can make you look good. Like he can help you look good. Like, and it'd be good for Terry. Like then Terry doesn't get that. Like so, because when you got a taller receiver, chances are they're gonna get doubled because people are so scared about them. If you're tall but speed, you're tall, you fast, and you can do a jump ball, you getting doubled.
How about
Terry ain't getting doubled?
Is Julio Jones too old?
Yeah, he is. He just hurt. He's not the same.
He's
not the same. I watched him. He's just not in Philadelphia. He's not the same. I love Julio. He's just not the same. He just
and that's
injuries. And I want to say old is injuries and age. Put it that way. I think that's the best way to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because he hasn't been the same dude. Even they gave him a chance. They've given him chances. Even before Philadelphia, he got chances and he just couldn't He couldn't do like in Tennessee. He didn't look like Julio anymore.
Yeah, so
he played with AJ Brown, and it just wasn't.
Yeah, so that big receiver that you're talking about is going to be hard for them to fill.
Yeah, it's going to get in the draft.
Got to get in the draft.
Unless they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. That's what Taj.
Man, don't start that talk tonight, man.
Unless they draft Marvin Harrison Jr. Then you know they're gonna get that tall receiver. Y'all gonna be hurt if they do that. I don't know. Some of y'all gonna be hurt. Y'all feel it's gonna be I ain't gonna bring it up because that's a different show. I ain't gonna do that for y'all because that's a different.
Yeah, they do that and bring my man Kirk Cousins back.
Oh yeah, we don't want that. Here go. My man Todd's got a question. So let me ask y'all this: if a quarterback is taken number 2 and we then take a tackle with a 36 pick, first, second round pick, what position or person do we take with the second round pick? Oh, a tackle. I'm still taking a tackle. Take another tackle. I'm getting 2 tackles, Taj. I'm getting 2 tackles. I want 2 tackles. I want 2 tackles, man. Hey,
I am
Chocolate City Part 2, baby.
Yo,
Let's
I
go.
am. I am taking another tackle, man. That offensive line has to get shored up, and I think you get everything else you really need in free agency with that other pick.
I will
I
say
am
this. Yeah.
definitely getting.
Go ahead. Go ahead.
Definitely gonna
Finish it.
tackle.
Finish it.
I
Finish it.
gotta feel the offensive line up, man. I really do. That was the Achilles heel of this team.
Mhm.
The offensive line has to be filled up,
Mhm.
and you have to take care of it. The more guys you get, the more guys you can develop. I think you'll be okay. I don't sure, but they better not pick nobody in the secondary. I tell you that much. They better not pick a corner.
Oh, they pick a corner. They're probably gonna pick a corner because they don't. They'll probably pick up one corner because Kendall ain't gonna be like they got. They do have to replace some people.
Yeah, but
They,
you don't use that. You don't use that in the second round, though.
oh, with the second rounder? Nah, I think it'll be a tackle. I don't think that's. Yeah, I
Yeah,
agree with you on that one. I don't think it's gonna be. I know they're gonna pick. I mean, I do think they're gonna pick a. Um, I do think they're gonna pick a corner, but it's gonna be in the draft. They're probably later in the draft, like fourth. I can see third. I could see third. I won't lie to you. I can see third. I don't know if I wanted a third, but I can see third. I can see third. So Taj, I'm gonna say, oh, what Taj would you say? It's the Texas dude, right? Wait, I'm not mad at that at all. But some of these linebackers running 4-4 and catching like tight ends is tempting. I know, man.
yeah.
I know it is tempting. I ain't gonna hold you. I wouldn't be mad at that either, Taj. A linebacker in the second round. I'll say this. I'll say this. A linebacker drafted in the second round. To me, typically they play well in the league. That's always been my thought process. If you draft a linebacker in the second round, I mean, who deserves to be in the second round? I mean, or should have been in the first round. Not like a Jamin Davis reaching type of thing in the first round, like not like that. But I'm talking about like deserves to be in the second
Yeah,
round.
it
I
was
think
reaching.
those type of linebackers play well. That's just my opinion. I think they play well. So I'm not mad at that, Taj. I think that's a good look. But I will say this: the free agency period, whoever, how aggressive? Glenn, I don't know that. To me, I don't think they're going to be that aggressive because from what I've been reading with Adam Peters, he's made it seem like he's not going to be totally like that aggressive. Because I feel like he was aggressive. I'll say this much: if he was aggressive ignorantly, because they got to spend the money, right? They have to spend the money, right? They got to. Like it's like you got to spend the money. I feel like he would probably franchise Kam Curl, and he didn't. That told me a lot. Like that kind of told me a lot. I was like, okay, bro, you got all this extra
Yep.
money and you're not franchising him. I'm like, okay.
But you know what it tells me too when he did
You're
not
smart with your
when
money. You're gonna be smart with your money.
you're gonna be
So
smart with his money, and then he feels he can get somebody better than Kam Curl, or
I
or
don't
he figured
know.
it, or he figured I could sign Kam Curl, but Curl's not loyal to the brand.
Yeah, you got. Yeah, he gonna say, yep. She said, yep. That have to spend like 75% of it. Yes, I'm saying like I don't think he's gonna. I don't think he's gonna go ham on spending it. I think he'll spend it, but he ain't gonna go ham. Like I think he's going to, like, he ain't gonna be ignorant with his money. Put it this way. And when usually a lot of times when you have a lot of money, you ignorant with your money. Like no, for real, like a lot of these, like
Mm.
even like you look at these NFL teams that got money, they get ignorant. They'll overpay you a rack. They overpay a rack of people just to make sure they bring them in. You know what I'm saying? Like Chicago Bears, like they paid. Oh boy, I liked him at Tech. Edmonds, when he was in Buffalo, it's to bring
Yeah,
him
but
over to
yeah,
Chicago. They paid him like a grip, like he was like the best linebacker in the world because they had a
crazy
lot of
money,
money. They had a lot of money. That's what I'm saying.
crazy money.
What's going on,
It's,
homie?
I
What's
tell you, the
going on, man?
linebacker I like that I think they could get. Notre Dame linebacker, I think it's Lafahu. It
In the
is a
draft,
Samoan in the draft, Samoan
yeah,
cat,
yeah.
Samoan dude.
They
Very
always ball. They always
yeah,
ball.
very versatile man.
They
He,
always
he,
ball. Like some always are awesome in
some of
football.
yeah, inside backer man, outside backer combinations,
Yeah,
quick
they're awesome
dude.
in football, man.
Yeah,
They're
so I
awesome.
think if you get somebody there, and he played at a high level, right? You played at
Yeah,
Notre Dame,
yeah.
played at Notre Dame, high level. So that's a linebacker that you can get for cheap. Not will bring it to your league for cheap. Again,
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how he spend his money because Adam Peters he's been on record saying that he wants to build this team through the draft. I mean, that's what he said. He said in the press conference that he'd like to build a team through the drafts, but we'll see because he got to spend 75% of this $90 million and see what
Oh,
happens there.
let me shout out my man Ali real quick. He said he had I'm gonna give him a shout out. Y'all need to check out my podcast out with my commander friend. I had Fred Smoot on last week. Me and Greg Williams have our pod. All right, that's what's up, man.
What's up?
My man. Yeah, definitely. I'll check it out, bro. Real talk.
Yep.
I'll check it out.
Yep.
But
Definitely say
yeah,
that.
like I don't know. You're gonna spend like that's. It's gonna be interesting, bro. Like I'm really, because I want to see how because getting Zach Ertz cheap, I was like, all right, like he's smart with his money. He's just gonna be smart with his money. You know what I mean, Glenn? Like I could tell, like, because I think the
Yeah,
Zach
he's
Ertz was a good sign. Like I think it was an
oh,
awesome signing.
I thought also signing. You look
Awesome
at
sign,
man,
not good, awesome signing. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But you know what I'm saying. So I'm just like, I think that like it would be. I feel like it would be all right. I feel like it'd be a smart move, bro. Like a smart move. I think
it
it's a smart
is.
move. It's a smart move to be. Or it was a smart move to be real patient of who you going to sign. Because you don't want to be like how we were for years. Like when we weren't able to like pay anybody because we was overpaying people. You know what I'm saying? Like you don't want to.
Yeah.
I feel like they're gonna be in a situation where they may have like a bunch of short-term deals. You dig what I'm saying? Like just to see for certain folks, not all folks. They're gonna pay. They're
Mm-hmm.
gonna pay certain people to bag if they want them, but certain folks gonna get short-term deals. Todd said, but unfortunately, it seems like the only positions that are deep right now in free agency is running back and safety right now. That's
Mm-hmm.
what. Okay, so to Todd's point, which I agree, I do think that like that's what messes up Kam Curl's market because there's a lot of good safeties. There are a lot
Mm-hmm.
of good safeties I mentioned already. So to a point where I don't think that I think if I'm Dan Quinn, yeah, I may want to go tackle that market of safeties and running backs. I don't think you're not gonna overpay a running back, right? So it's
No.
not like that's the thing. Like, and you don't really and running back isn't like a dire need. You know what I'm
Mm-mm.
saying? It's not a dire need. I'll put it this way. You're more inclined to overpay a tackle. I think I could see them overpaying a tackle. That I will say. I can see them. If they don't overpay his tackle, then I know that Washington is drafting 2 tackles in the second round. If they don't overpay a tackle, I can tell you right now. If they
Yeah,
don't overpay
I
a
think
tackle in this first week of free agency, because these tackles don't go off the board, because left tackles are very valuable to a lot of teams. They're going to definitely go that route. Zach Ertz is good, but to be honest, Commanders doing the same old things in the book. Ertz old enough to cash out the 401k. We need to bring young talent. I'm telling you, Ertz going to be good, man. Ali, man. Ertz going to be good, bro. I'm telling you. Real talk, man. I think
yeah,
Ertz going to be fine.
I think he'll be good for this team. I think a lot of it depends on the quarterback. And what Kingsbury wants to do in his offense. I think which Zach should be familiar with it. I think he
Yeah.
will be good. I think that they know where they need to spend the money and they know what they
Yeah.
need to do. They know how to be smart with it, know how to be creative with it. I mean, let's be honest, he did it in San Francisco, right?
Mm-hmm.
But he did it in San Francisco. I mean, he did it in other places he's been to, so he has to be. And I think he's doing it well. Don't make too many
Yeah.
splashes. Look around, find what you can get, negotiate, make some good deals. Because let's be
Yeah.
honest, a lot of this, like we talked about it on one of our last podcasts, a lot of these guys on this team not going to be here, right? And I don't want to use the C word. I don't care if you bring character guys in. I don't want
I
character
hate that
guys.
word. I hate character guys.
Right? That's why I say
I hate that, man.
I don't want character guys. I want dogs. I want players, people that can come in and play to help this team turn around. Like I said, I think I've talked about it on a previous podcast as well. This rebuild has to be like the Detroit Lions rebuild.
Yeah.
Right. It has to be like the Detroit Lions rebuilt where they did it through free agency. They did a little bit through draft, but the team saw improvement within 2 or 3 years of the new head coach.
Yeah.
And so I think this is where it needs to be at because, again, you want to bring guys in. You can't have all this change that the Commanders are having and not have a good year. Right. You brought in, as we said, the Avengers coaching staff. But you can't bring in a little bit of players, right? You're gonna have to bring in with Avengers coaching staff. You got to bring players in that, like, you know what, we're changing this culture. We want to turn this bad boy around. And if you have to let a guy like Kam Curl, even though nobody wants him to walk, but if you got to let a guy like Kam Curl to leave,
Gotta go.
He got to go in order to make this statement. You know what, we're not the same Washington. We're gonna do things which is best for the organization. We'd like to have Kam Curl here. But if he doesn't want to be here and he wants to go, you know what? God bless you. Thank you for all the work. Go get paid somewhere else.
Yeah, that's true. I was reading something Todd said. To be honest, I think Peters and the coaching staff are still getting to know the roster and making decisions on how to attack the draft the free agency. I agree, Taj. Taj also said, "How Sanders say? I want kids from a one-parent home that's hungry. That's what I
That's
want.
hungry.
Hey, Taj, that's what I want. I ain't
That's
gonna
what
lie
I'm
to
looking
you.
for.
That's what I
Yeah.
want. I
You
want nasty. I want kids who just, who about that life. I'm gonna use that term. Who about that life? That's
who
what I
about the
want.
life and who wants to
I want
change his
kids.
change his organization
Yeah, I
again.
want kids like that. Todd, you right, bro. That's what I want. I want people that when they I ain't gonna lie, I'm gonna go one step further. I want people when that person's walking on the street, walking on the sidewalk, and you about to run into them, you go around them. You don't walk directly to it, you walk around them.
You say you want dudes that they can walk in Iverson Mall, don't worry about nothing, right?
Yeah, exactly. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. I want folks like that. You know what I'm saying? That's what I want. Taj, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I want them type of football players, man. Like I don't want that. Forget your character. Put it that way. Forget your character. All right.
Forget your kid.
I know people be like, man, you shouldn't say that. I'm like, no, I should say that. I don't care about your character. I care about what you do on the football field. I've had a bunch of good character dudes in Washington. I ain't gonna lie to you. It ain't working out. They haven't been working out. Yeah, I want guys who about being dogs first. You know what I'm saying? I can work around the other stuff. I want about
some goons, man. You want some goons. I
want some goons. I do. I want some goons.
Because if people want to talk about it, Sean Taylor was a goon.
He was a goon. He was a cool dude. He was a
cool
dude. Goon. He was a goon.
Ed Reed in Baltimore was a goon, right? Yeah. Let's be honest. Young Ray Lewis was a goon. Like them dudes.
Ray was a goon.
Them dudes from that Miami type dude, the Miami type cats were goons, right?
Yeah, the Miami dudes were goons. Let's get the
yeah, Wildcats, right? I want Wesley Snipes type dudes, right?
Yeah, I want real ones, man. I want real ones. I want real ones. That's what I want. So yeah, I'm all about that. So yeah.
Well, man, dudes like the dude from the linebacker from the program. Give me those type dudes.
Oh yeah, I want him. Yeah, that's all I want. I don't care about your character. That's all I care about. But I do think the draft is going to dictate what these guys are going to do. I agree with that. I think the draft is going to dictate. The free agency is going to dictate. Oh, my good friend DJ is a goon. Yep, he is a goon.
Yeah,
yep.
DJ's
a goon.
And
I love it.
When DJ was here, it was different. When DJ was here, it was different in the locker room. DJ would challenge guys.
Yeah,
DJ would fight
guys.
They didn't like it. DJ would challenge guys, and DJ wanted to play. You know, so
I like goons, bro. I'm about the goon. I'm about that goon life. So I mean, I hope folks know that I'm definitely about that goon life. So it is what it is. Don't judge me. Judge yourself. You know what I'm saying? But for Glenn, real quick before we end the show, and folks, you can chime in too. What's the main? All right, so your main position for you to tackle. I mean, no pun intended. To focus on is what? A tackle, offensive tackle.
Yeah.
No pun intended.
Yeah. Offensive tackle, man. Offensive tackle is
nice type.
yeah,
bro.
We gotta be old enough to know Wildcats. If y'all ain't know, go. I guess it ain't on Netflix. You got to Google it. I don't know. Yeah. I don't know where you can watch that at. But yeah, it's offensive tackle. You got to tackle, man. I don't know if you brought it up. I know I was a little late, man. Did you bring anything up about is Russell Wilson a play?
No, I didn't. Washington. Because I didn't talk about him, and he should not be a play. If you want to talk about Russ, go for it. I'm not a Russ dude. I am not. I mean, I like early Russ. I don't like this modern Russ.
I don't think like this modern Russ neither, but I just want to try to look. Is there a market for him in Washington? With the new regime change.
Yeah.
Because
Ali, you my guy now. You just changed to be my guy. Look at Ali. You already know what time it is.
Yeah.
We need O-line. Trust Sam. Let's go. Yeah. Marvin's always in the house. Marvin Harrison Jr. always wins.
Hey, we talked about that a lot, though, even on this show. Marvin Harrison, we talked about it before the draft. If you think you can shore up, if you trust Sam, then you go Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, but
if you think you get left place. But yeah, with Russ, I don't think he's a play. I mean, he didn't come to Washington because all the smoke was Washington earlier.
I'm making a vet deal. He's getting a vet deal. He's not getting a real contract.
No, I wouldn't give him a full contract deal.
No, that's the word though. The word is he can only get the vet min. So to your point, he is the type of dude that I could see this regime talking to.
Yeah,
I can see it. I can see it.
Yeah, if he get a vet deal, I'm not giving him that crazy money. I'm not drinking the holy water, Russ. Trust me. I just
no, not you. He said it's
uh,
over. Not you. He said no to Russ and his holy water.
yeah. But I just think I just think about the proximity. He's from Richmond, the proximity to where he grew up, where he was from. I don't think there's much of a market anywhere else for him.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. I don't think so neither. So I think Washington will be the only fit. Unless somebody gets hurt late in the season, I don't think we see Russell Wilson.
They said Pittsburgh. I've heard Pittsburgh.
Well, you know what? Mike Tomlin can change him. I think Mike Tomlin can help him out a lot in that organization.
In Atlanta, I've heard Atlanta too because they.
But I think Atlanta sold on Justin Fields. Somehow they.
I think so too. I think they are too. I ain't gonna lie. I think so. I think they are too. On Justin Fields, I do believe that.
Yeah.
Man, we've been flipping quarterbacks the last 20 years. They want to keep training quarterbacks. Hell, nah. Trust one guy. Boy was sacked more than Jason Campbell and still put up numbers. Talking about you talk about Sam Howell.
Yeah, we'll put up.
Y'all know I don't have no issue with Sam Howell, bro. I need
it, but again, he can't drop back like he did last year with EB.
Yeah.
With that offensive line.
So I think Russ going to the Steelers.
I think Russ goes to the Steelers with
I can see that.
Mike Tomlin. I think if he goes with Mike Tomlin, I think he'll do a great job with that. I mean,
he said Russ could make a YouTube channel. I think he can. We haven't seen her. That thing would be jumping.
That thing would be lit, man.
That joint would be lit. Hey, that's hilarious. Did y'all see it? With him and Brandon, I Am Athlete with Brandon Marshall. He was on the show. Russ is interested, man. I feel bad for him though. I did feel bad for him. He did get screwed in Denver though. I'm gonna keep it a buck. He got screwed.
He wasn't a guy. I mean, I think Sean Payton came in knowing Russ is not the quarterback that I want.
He didn't like him.
He didn't like him coming in. But
he already had a negative thought process on him off the rip. So it didn't.
Off the rip, yeah. An organization had already paid him all that money, so it was like Sean inherited something, and they looked how to get out of it. I mean, they cut that dude's bread. They literally took that dude's money away from him.
They did. It's true, man. It really did. It was dirty. It was dirty work. It was nasty work. I won't even lie to you. It was nasty work.
Yeah, you like nasty.
That real nasty. Oh, here what it was. I says, I'm sorry. How does that work? Russ preaching and Sierra twerk.
Hey yo,
I'm not mad.
She's shaking to bring the money in the household, baby. She'll still be. She's
twerking.
She's gonna be working longer than him because she'll twerk until she's old.
Oh
man, she could be twerking longer than he's gonna be playing. So,
that is funny. That is funny. All right, man. We about to shut this show down, man.
Yeah,
Todd, you ended it right there, man. I ain't going to message you no more. Hey, man, thank you all for tuning in. Subscribe to our podcast on Apple Podcasts and Google Podcasts. Just search All Burgundy, go everything. Also tweet us and also iHeartRadio too. We on iHeartRadio. Also tweet us at ABG_everything. Hit us up on IG at ABG_everything. Like our All Burgundy and Go Everything Facebook page. Make sure you subscribe to our All Burgundy and Go Everything YouTube channel as well. Appreciate you all for tuning in. Anyway, you've been listening to All Burgundy and Go Everything, powered by the Urban Sports Team and Fox Sports Radio, 96.9 FM and 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. For ages. You dig? Deuces. We out.